Namaste, greetings. This is the Hip Guru's Guide to a Stress-Free Day. And I've talked to a lot of you live and on the phone and on Skype and in Facebook. And I've told you that there's a very simple tip to release stress in less than 60 seconds. And it's called the Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT. And it's a tool, and you'll find many people using the tool. A tool works differently in different people's hands. So what I'd like you to do now, very simply, is think about the stress you're having. Is it a feeling? Is it anxiety? Is it a pain in your shoulder? Is it a stiff neck from studying? Is it a headache from studying? Is it a headache from listening to somebody else who's giving you a headache? Not that they're really giving you a headache, but we tend to like to blame other people for how we process things. So find the stress in you. Maybe it's emotional, maybe it's physical, maybe it's mental. Raise it up, bring it back so you feel it. I know you don't want to feel it, but feel it for a few seconds and tell yourself, is it a 10, 10 being unbearable, 0 being it doesn't bother you at all? And find that number. So let's say it's an 8. So let's say you've got a pain in the neck, you've been studying all night, and the pain is just an 8. Okay? So now I want you to take one of your hands and very gently tap into your other hand and say, even though I have this, whatever, fill in the blank, pain in the neck, anxiety, worry, anger, sadness, depression, whatever that is, whatever the stress is, we'll call all of this stress. Even though I have this stress, I fully love and accept myself. Okay, good. Now we'll say it 3 times total. Even though I have this, fill in the blank, this stress, I fully love and accept myself. Wonderful. One more time. Even though I have this stress, I fully love, accept, and embrace myself. You can change the words around. Next, tap the top of the head and say something positive. I'm free from this stress. Put in your own words if you like. Tap 10 times. And I will come over here just to the beginning of the eyebrow. And you can use 1 or 2 fingers. 1 or 2 hands using 2 fingers. Say, I see a way out of the stress. Again, you can make up your own words. Tap 10 times. And now we're going to tap on just on the side of the eye, on the bone there. 1 or 2 hands, 2 fingers. I sense how I can make better choices that prevent me from having stress. Okay. Next, right under the eye, we're going to tap right in there. And we'll say something positive again. I know a way to live without stepping into stress situations. 10 times. Now we'll come under the nose. Again, 2 fingers. I speak only positively. Under the bottom lip, 2 fingers. I'm courageous and I always walk in the light of joy. Again, you can add your own words if you like. Now we're going to look under the collarbone, just under the collarbone. Mind, body, heart, and soul are one loving, stress-free being. 10 times. And last one, right here in between the ring and pinky finger in the soft area, tapping in there. I've got a handle on my fill in the blank. I've got a handle on my pain in the neck. I've got a handle on my headache. I've got a handle on my depression. Okay? Now, think of that stress you've just had. Your pain in the neck, your headache, your depression, your anxiety. Where is it now? Is it still an 8? Did it drop to a 4? Is it a 2? Did it go to 0? If it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, if it's any of those numbers, repeat the process again, and it'll go away completely. Or go down if it's a 2 or a 3 or a 1. Is it manageable? Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of stress there to Just keep us in the hip, in the groove, in the mojo going. But if it's a 0, 2, or 3, 1, 2, or 3, that's great. Then you go on with your life. And then go back to whatever you're doing. You're studying. You could use this if you have to go to a party and you're anxious. Even though I'm feeling anxious about socializing, I fully love, accept, and respect myself. And then say positive affirmations. I'm the life of the party. I mean in a healthy way. I don't mean, putting the chandelier on your, swinging from the chandelier or putting a lampshade on your head. I enjoy being social with people. I have some good jokes. I learn a lot from people at the party. I like to network. You say positive affirmations. And you'll find now that when you study or when you are socializing, whatever you've just tapped for, you've actually tapped out a root cause issue. So it will not come back for the same reason. You'll find yourself dealing a lot better with your studies. You'll be more focused, less stressed, happier. You can say a positive affirmation. The more I study, the less stress I get. The more I stay up late at night studying for my final, the more energy I have. You can make these statements and you'll find that it changes your belief system. What we believe becomes reality. I know most people say if you stay up late and cram for exams, you're going to be exhausted. And it's a wish-fulfilling prophecy. Why not try it the other way? You only have 30 seconds of your time to test it. And I'll tell you that the students I've worked with have found this to be quite fascinating. There may be a secondary issue. Maybe you have a conflict that you're majoring in medicine, like one gentleman I know. But he was very conflicted because his real love was playing the piano. So there are deeper reasons why stress is there, and it may not be the studying. So think about your life purpose, what you love to do, what your career is. And if you feel that's a stress, then even though I'm stressed out because I don't feel I'm in the career I love to, in the career path I love to do, my major is not the major I love to do, I fully love, accept, and respect myself. Clear that out and then start to work with it. Even though I don't know how to balance what I love to do with my career, I fully love and accept myself. So that's how you can start to work with this and make it a very usable tool. Now, of course, when you're doing this, you probably want to be in your room, because walking around campus like this, people are going to really go, who's that guy? Who's that girl? Or you could get together with a group of friends who maybe you're watching this with some friends now and have fun with it, and do it together as a group. Or walk around campus doing it together, and if people laugh and say, what's going on? And say, oh man, we're clearing out our stresses. This is the greatest thing since sliced whole wheat bread. So that's the tip on emotional freedom technique. Watch it over and over. Send some comments, leave some comments if you have questions, and let me know how it works too. If you just put down there how it works in the comments. I did this, I had a neck ache, and it went from an 8 to a 2, and I got to study, and I got an A. Hey, way to go. So let me know how it goes, and the more feedback I get from you, the more I can help you with these ideas on how to give you better tips, improve the tips, hone the tips for your particular needs. So you have an awesome college, university, campus life. Blessings from the Hip Guru's Guide to the Stress-Free College Student.